What up, guys? Alchemist saying, got something nice for you. So, first off, usually I do -50 in the top right corner with gameplay of the build. Today it's like -40 because Bungie got another bug in the game. What a surprise, right? Check out this video. This is literally real time me crashing out while I was recording the gameplay. But check it out real quick. Okay, alright. I'm starting to hate this game. I'm starting to hate this game like everybody else. Bungie, what is this? I've been in this lost sector plenty of times on -50 and fought these exact same overload minotaurs. And by the way, this just shows how good my build is because I'm not dying. But like, why are these minotaurs unkillable? It's like Bungie don't know how to do their coding on overload minotaurs. Why is their health not going down? I done changed heavies in here multiple times. Deadly weapons against them. And they are not dying. Bungie, what is this? Get your ish together. So yeah, -50 is dang near impossible on the low sector I usually do to showcase it. Yeah, overload champions not dying. I feel like the only way I can kill them now is if I put Jote in their body, and I don't have Jote is not in this build. Okay, so sadly that is -40. But y'all got the mythic gameplay at the beginning, so you see it's still viable. It's just, yeah, the champions are not dying. Bullet sponges and keep getting the health back. It sucks. But today we are using the exotic Osmiomancy gloves. Basically, your cold snap grenade, you get 2 of them now instead of 1, and the seekers, they travel further, and you get grenade energy. They don't tell you here, but you get grenade energy from every time this deal damage to enemies, and the amount you get is different based on the tier of the enemy, was a minor, major, champion, boss, whatever, right? Show you guys an example. So right now you see I got 2 charges. If I throw this at this robot, I lost a charge, but it froze him, I got it back already. Because it froze 2 orange names, I got my full grenade stack back. But if we go to a red name, right, just regular acolyte, and I throw my grenade at it, freeze, freeze, freeze. It frees 3 people and I get about 75% of my grenade energy back. So even on regular enemies, you get a dumb amount back. So very good. Very good. We're rocking Vergless Curve in this build just to utilize the bow buffs inside the artifact right now. But to be honest with you, you can use any stasis weapon with this build. Any stasis weapon, especially if it make crystals like headstone, so you can use Wicked Implement. Okay, we're using return memory in this build, but you can use any solar special weapon, up to you. And then heavy, I'm rocking Outrageous Fortune as my solar weapon, and we're using solar so we can utilize the Colorado Darkness in the artifact for that 30% extra damage for them, since we're freezing everything. But yeah, your heavy and your special gonna be up to you for your DPS. You only need a stasis weapon in this build for it to work. There you go. Alright, artifact. Very important here. In the second column, you want 1 with frost. This increases your reload speed, so this makes it that Vergless Curve can shoot faster. Third column, you want fever and chill, so whenever you get stasis kills with your stasis weapon, you'll get frost armor. You can kill 3 people, you get frost armor, or if you get rapid hits, three rapid hits, you get frost armor. We want frost renewal on, so when you have frost armor on, if you ever get to red health, you'll freeze all the enemies near you, and you get frost armor for yourself and your teammates. We got on refresh threads. We will be making a lot of stasis shards in this build, so not only will stasis shards give us our melee energy back, because of this artifact perk, we'll be getting ability energy for our least charge ability at that moment. So whatever least charge at the moment, whether it's our class ability, melee, or grenade, we'll get energy for that as well while we picking up the stasis shards. And then we got on semi-auto striker, so when I get 3 precision shots with my bow, I get an armor charge. If you're using Wicked Implement, you will get an armor charge from shooting your scout rifle as well. 4th column, Colorado Darkness. I said this earlier, 30% extra damage with your solar weapons against slowed or frozen enemies. darkness enemy. We got on Frigid Glare, so whenever you get a precision kill with a stasis weapon while you have frost armor on, you're free. It'll do like a freeze radius in the area. And then we have on Argent Quiver, so reloading the bow consumes 1 stack of armor charge. This goes in tangent with semi-auto striker, and it'll grant you increased damage. The increased damage is 35% on primary bows, and then if you use Leviathan's Breath, it'll do 25%. But we're using a primary bow in our build. Gives us 35% increased damage, and you get 3 shots of that unless you stole the bow away. So put the robots back out here. If we get 3 precision shots on a robot, you're gonna see we get frost armor and stuff, but you're also gonna see we get an armor charge, and then also gonna give us the God Broadhead perk. So I shoot 3 times. 1, 2, 3. I reload. I got God Slayer Broadhead now, and now when I shoot the robot, you see the damage went up 451. Okay, if I missed shot on purpose, we went from 334 to 451. Okay, and then as you can see too, as I miss some shots, right, I can miss a shot, go back to another precision shot, miss another shot, go back to another precision shot, and I'll still get that armor charge. So there's no time limit on getting the 3 precision shots. Okay, now subclass. Winter's Wrath, your super. Not the best super, it's good for ad control, but it does freeze everything, and that's the whole point of this build. Freeze everything, but it's not for DPS, it's for ad control. We got on Healing Rift in this build for survivability. While you got frost armor on with ×8, that's 50% damage reduction. And if you stack that Healing Rift, you're kind of unkillable while you're inside your Healing Rift. So 8 stacks of frost armor with a Healing Rift makes you almost unkillable in this game. So I want to go Healing Rift instead of Empowerment Rift for that 20% extra weapon damage for survivability. But if you're in easier content, by all means, go Empowerment Rift, right? You ain't struggling to survive. Penumbra Blast. We got Cold Snap on this build to go with Osteomancy. That's the point of the exotic. And then we got on Glacial Harvest. So now we freezing targets. It'll create stasis shards around them. And if we kill them, we also make some stasis shards, right? And then as we get stasis shards, we get frost armor with this aspect on, okay? With Ice Flare Bolts, which is probably my favorite aspect on Warlock stasis, which I love it a lot. Hunters and Titans, I wish they had this. Anytime we shatter a frozen target, it spawns a seeker on the ground, a frostbolt seeker on the ground, and finds another enemy to freeze them. So, to give you an example, if I freeze this enemy and then shatter them, it'll make a seeker on the ground, and it went to find somebody else and froze them, and I can shoot them, and it will look for another person, and it's an infinite combo. As you can see, it's making shards too because of the other aspect whenever I freeze somebody. So I really love that. You can infinite freeze lock all the enemies in the room non-stop from just shattering somebody. So very cool, very cool. Fragments. We got primary ammo weapons do increased damage to stasis crystals and frozen targets. So this increases primary weapons damage by 50% when the enemy is frozen. So y'all seen earlier, I was shooting him, I was getting 334, but then when I got the God Broadhead, I had 451. But if I freeze him and I shoot him, that damage goes to 1059. I know it. Insane damage. Very insane damage. And that's not even counting like the shatter damage you get from that as well. So that's going to be our bread and butter in this build. And that's why I chose a bow over Wicked Implement. Now we got Whisper Rhyme. This allows us to get frost armor ×8, and it stays on for a very long time. And we got Whisper Conduction. This makes that we don't have to chase after the shards. They just automatically go to us. And if you didn't know, stasis shards give us a little bit of health when we on stasis build. So helps us stay alive easy and get frost armor. And then we got on Whisper Refraction, where defeating slow or frozen targets grant you class ability energy. So that being said, if I show you guys the gameplay loop on this build, you would notice that we have almost infinite uptime on all our abilities. So I'm gonna throw my riff out. I'm gonna turn them on. Pause. Turn them on. Throw my riff out. Freeze them. Yep. Use my melee in the group. Throw another grenade. I already got my other riff again. And yeah, you see, I already got my melee again. I already got max grenade again. And got riff again. It's an infinite loop, and the shards give me melee energy. So as you can see, as I kill slow enemies, I get class ability energy, so I can spam these rifts non-stop. My grenade hitting enemies get grenade energy on its own, and then as I get them stasis shards, they give my melee back as well. So you're able to do infinite, you know, uptime on all your abilities. Okay. Now, if you feel like you can go pick up your own stasis shards on your own and you don't need them coming to you, then by all means, I highly recommend going to Whisper of Shards, and this makes it that when you destroy a stasis crystal, which you would be making with Headstone or Virgil's Curve, you get increased ability uptime on your grenade, allowing you to spam your grenades even more. But I noticed we didn't really need that in this build because our grenade came back non-stop, so I didn't throw it on. But that just gives you an example of what you could throw on, and you can even throw on like Whisper Fissure if you want your, you know, shattering to be bigger and stuff. I don't like Whisper Fissure because it sends the enemy's bodies flying and stuff instead of staying there. So I don't like it just send people flying and all that type of stuff. It's really finicky. I'd rather enemies stay there and I can damage them. Now, stats. In this build, if you want that uptime on everything, you want 100 class stat for your healing rifts, so you can spam it with your frost armor. You want 100 grenade stat, so you can spam your frostbow grenade non-stop. You want 100 melee stat, so that when you pick up the shards and stuff, you spam your melee all day. And then we got 100 super, because you will be getting your super a lot in this build at 100 from killing all the shatter enemies and all that. So you can spam your super and freeze everything. So quadruple 100, that's what you want to go for. And then after that, pour whatever you can into weapon stat. I didn't have it for weapon stat, I had it for health sadly. But yeah, pour the rest to weapon stat so that your weapons do more damage. Armor mods. I got on harmonic targeting so that I can shoot my Virgil's Curve quicker. If you're not using Virgil's Curve, then by all means, this is a free slot for you. But we got on thermodynamic siphon, so our solar weapons and stasis weapons make ores of power for us. We got special ammo finder, so I can get more special ammo generated out there. We got on stasis dexterity, again, help me shoot Virgil's Curve even quicker. We got on bolstering detonation, so whenever I deal damage with my grenade, whenever the frostbow grenade touch an enemy, it does a little bit of damage. So this helped me get my class ability back even quicker. And then we got momentum transfer, so whenever I do grenade damage, it reduces the cooldown on my melee as well. Chest piece, we got one stasis ammo generation on, get plus 20 to our Virgil's Curve, making it 90 instead of 70. If you're using Wicked Implement, that'll buff it up to 70 instead of 51. And then we got on 2 resist mod, Void and Arc. Land piece, we got better already, so pick up overpower, it start health regen for us. And we got 2 stasis weapon surges on to power up Virgil's Curve. And then we got on Reaper, we putting out Rift as much as you've seen to make an orb on the field. And we got Bomber on, so whenever I pop my Rift, we get grenade energy back. And then we got time dilation on to make it that our orbs stay on longer for stasis weapon surges. That's the build. Hope you guys enjoy it. Literally, as y'all see with the gameplay loop, you literally freeze everything all day. Just to show you guys even more. Hold on, just to show you guys even more. I put out the subjugator bosses, right? If I put out the subjugator bosses and tell them to fight, they are in fight mode. They don't fight mode. Why they fight? There you go. But yeah, we fighting the subjugators, right? Freeze them. You see, I'm just able to freeze them non-stop. They knocked me off. Get me back up. Put my riff out. Throw my grenade again to freeze them. Like, they thought they was the wizards, but like, I'm the real wizard here. You know what I'm saying? But this is to show you guys like how busted it is. You ain't really gonna be dying. You can just keep putting your riff out. Everybody getting frozen. And I'm not using my heavy stuff right now, but that's what you would use in this situation. But just to just show you guys like, hey, you ain't really worried. Everybody getting frozen non-stop. You got your riff non-stop. You got frost armor up 24/7. They not able to kill me. This is just to show you guys, okay? And yeah, you take your time. Like I said, I'm not using my special weapons and stuff. Just to show you guys how, you know, busted this can be without trying. The frost shards are the stasis shards give me health. I'm in my rift. They keep getting frozen. I can use my melee whenever to freeze somebody again. If I shatter somebody, they freeze their little companions, and then they get frozen. I can throw my little frostbolt grenade out there to freeze some more people. It's just a very insane build. It's just a very insane build, and I highly recommend it. I don't know why people ain't using stasis Warlock a lot. It's, you know, your weapons could be your DPSers. Just know that you ain't dying with this. And then of course I could have been putting out the stasis crystals, whatever. And that's also I need to say too before I end this video. You want to make sure that you're using, if I throw these out right here, you want to shoot these to kill the enemies that's frozen at that moment, so that you can get stacks of your goddamn Vergus Curve back if using Vergus Curve. And I'll show an example. I'm just gonna finish a move him. So we're just gonna get some Hail Barrages. Alright. Okay. So what you want to do is, while they are frozen, you want to not shoot them. Shoot the crystals so that you can get a Hail Barrage again. Don't shoot them. Okay? So then that way you always have infinite loop of Hail Barrages non-stop to do shatter damage and get the kills on these enemies. Now of course you will be freezing more than one person, but that's just showing you guys that's what you would do to be infinitely showing out, you know, 5 crystals of all based on who get killed by the shatter if you shooting the crystal. You get it? But that's the build. Hope you guys enjoy it. Love you guys. Appreciate you guys always. I'm gonna keep trying to throw some more Warlock builds at you guys. I did not forget about build or grill. I just want to make it up to the Warlock mains out there that I promised some builds for you guys. And then of course I got a lot more builds for you guys when October 7th hit. I'm just trying to show you the ones I made that doesn't rely off the update. Anyway, love you guys. Appreciate you guys always. Until next time, stay up.